Oh, hello. Welcome to another Today's Decay, where we celebrate births and beginnings of everything important since the dawn of time. Today is March 11th, and here are all the dates that really rate. On this day in 1818, Mary Shelley's Frankenstein was first published. While I don't have an original copy, I've got a bunch of other ones spread out from the Victorian era to today, and I thought we could revisit some of them. I was very lucky to go to not one but two different Mary Shelley's Frankenstein exhibits here in New York City. One was at the New York Public Library on 42nd Street, where they filmed the first scene from Ghostbusters, and the second was at the Morgan Library. They were both excellent. I thought walking out of the New York Public Library one, I was never going to see a Frankenstein exhibit to top this, and then the Morgan Library kind of blew them out of the water. Not that it's a competition, but they were both great, and I look forward to there being an eventual third one somewhere else that is even better than the last, because that means we get to look forward to things, right? Right. About today, here is a Victorian era copy of Frankenstein. Some of these are very delicate, this being one of them. Small print, devil's in the details. Here is one from 1931. This was the photoplay as issued by the Reader's Library in England. Original dust jacket, and even smaller print. But, you know, it's all in there. That's the important part, right? Here is the American version, 1931 photoplay. Yeah. This is, I don't remember if there's actually stills from the film in here or not. Yep, there we go. So, you know, keep in mind for these photoplay editions, they use the source material, so it's not you're not reading the story as it was told or retold in the film version, but you still get pictures from the film to like connect it all together. And movies back then lasted in the theater for like sometimes days. Not to say like if it wasn't successful, like this wasn't necessarily even a gauge of success or not. They were just in and then out. I don't know if it was a issue of a shortage of prints that they needed to like rotate them around the country, or it was just what people did back then. But movies generally, with a couple of rare exceptions, didn't hold over in movie theaters for like weeks or months at a time. So like the only way that you could relive these films would be to go to a bookstore and buy the photoplay edition, or any version, but you know, the photoplay specifically. There was no repertory theaters like to see old films. Like, you know, it was in a theater out and then destined to be melted down for its silver content. So like things were very fleeting back then. We think things are fleeting now. They're fleeting. They were maybe more fleeting then. What else? Here's one from 32, 33, something like that. Not directly related to the film, but still really very delicate. Look at, I don't know if you can see the colors here. Illustrations by Nino Carb. But I love the like tonal colors. Yeah. Full of really good stuff in here. Look at this. That's not going to end well. Yeah. What else? Okay, here's another one, 33-ish. This is with illustrations by Lynn Ward. Frankenstein. Let's find some of the artwork in here. Also, you know, this is clearly not referencing the film. Just the original novel. There's some really good stuff in here. Let me find. Look at that one. This might be my favorite page. You never know. What else? Oh, wait. That wasn't Lynn Ward. Who is this? The next one's Lynn Ward. This one is... Oh, how embarrassing. Illustrations by Everett Henry. Yeah. This next one, though, is the Lynn Ward one, which is particularly striking, right? What do you think? Which is the front, which is the back? Is it coming or going? I don't know. It's like it's all stitched together in no random order. But again, really great artwork. I gotta hand it to them. Really great artwork. Look at that one. That's good. Yeah. I love different artists' take on like the same classic content, you know? So, there you go. Frankenstein, today, 1818. 1929, on this day, the world's greatest sinner came into the world. Timothy Carey, filmmaker, all-around crazy person, actor, rock and roll star? Sure, why not? Yeah. What else? 1932, on this day, Betty Boop's Minnie the Moocher premiered. That's this... I had the film print here somewhere, but I just couldn't get it out in time. That's one of those early Betty Boop cartoons that's like a horror Halloween cartoon, and starts off with Cab Calloway like actually being filmed, and then they rotoscope him in, and he's like dancing around just like that. They did a couple of other rotoscope ones, a Louis Armstrong one that's really good too. This one is probably one of my favorites though, I must say. Early Betty Boop stuff is hard to beat. What else? It's all about the beat, right? Or the rhythm section, at least. In 1966, on this day, Steve Whitehouse was born, of the Sharks and Frenzy fame. I have some Frenzy records out to play, because it's his birthday, and why not? The way it was explained to me was, when it comes to psychobilly bass playing, and I don't even know if this is right. I probably could have researched it instead of just reiterating unsubstantiated info, right? But the way it was explained to me was Steve Whitehouse was responsible for miking the like triple slap, and before that, like you listen to like say Nigel Lewis's bass playing, he's playing very differently than the way Steve Whitehouse was playing, and that this was distinctly what like psychobilly bass playing as a genre evolved into. And a lot of that was about like how you mic it in a way that you can capture this triple slap and play faster. I wouldn't necessarily say he's like, this starts and ends with him. Lots of other people made their own inroads into this beforehand. Somebody like Willie Dixon, you look at like old film footage of Willie Dixon, and how is this not psychobilly bass playing? I don't know. But from a say modern, but a relatively modern standpoint, like as in like modern in the last 40 years, Steve Whitehouse is responsible for this. So yeah, thanks Steve. And thanks Mary Shelley. And thanks Tim Carey. And thanks Betty Boop for another successful Today's Decay. Until tomorrow, goodbye.